Hello students, welcome to Resource Teachers Online School. How are you? Hope you are well. This is Sayma Akter, Resource Teacher English, Surjanagar Dimukhi High School. Dear students, in the exam hall at the question paper, you have to face a question item named transformation or changing sentence. Today, I will discuss some rules of transformation. Let's start the class. Complex to simple. Students, today we will know how we can transform complex sentences into simple sentences. Notice, my students, though, although. Though, although. First, we will know instead of though, although, how can we write? I will give an example first. Number 1, though he was weak, he went to school. Notice, my students, there is a sentence, though he was weak, he went to school. It's a complex sentence. We will transform it to simple sentence. Though or although. Sometimes there will be though or although. Though, instead of though, now we have to write in spite of. In spite of or despite. We can write in spite of or despite. Then subject. We have to write now the possessive form of subject. He. The possessive form of he is his. His. Notice, my students, was. Am, is, are. If there is am, is, are, was, were, instead of these 5 words, we have to write there being. Being. Then rest of the sentences. He went to school. Dear students, notice 3 changes. Though, although, instead of though or although, we have to write in spite of or despite. Then the possessive form of subject. His. Was. Am, is, or was, were. Instead of these 5 verbs, we have to write being. Then rest of the sentences. Number 2. Example number 2. Example number 2. Though he had much riches, though he had much riches, he led an unhappy life. In the same way, we have to transform it into simple sentence. Though, instead of though, what can I write, student? Yes, in spite of. In spite of Then we have to write the possessive form of subject, his. His. Then notice, my students, notice there is no am, is or was or, there is had. Instead of have, has, had, we have to write there having. Now we will write having. Having much, riches, rest of the sentences. Have you understood? I know you have understood. Okay. Students, now we will see example number 3. Though he ran fast, he missed the bus. In the same way, though, instead of the though, what can I write? Yes, in spite of. In spite of. Then, instead of he, what can I write? Yes, his. Possessive form, his. Then, notice, my students, there is no am, is or was or have, had. Now, there is a principal verb or main verb. Ran. If there is any principal verb or main verb, we have to write there ran. Notice, my students, it's the past form of verb. So at first we have to make it present form. So the present form of ran is run. Run. Then we have to add ing with it. Running. Students, at first we have to make present form of the verb and then we have to add ing with that verb. In spite of his running fast, he missed the bus. As when there is since as when, then we will change it in this way. Since. Instead of since as when, no need to write any word. So without since, we have to write. So see this verb worked. See this verb worked. Now we have to write the present form of worked. That means work. W-O-R-K, work. The present form, and now we will add ing, working. Then the next word, working hard, comma. Notice, my students, the boy and he. The two words, the two subjects are same. The boy and He indicates the boy. So the boy and he is the same person. So now we write there the boy. We have to write the boy. Working hard, the boy shown in life. Have you understood? Yes, I know. Okay. Now we will go to number 2 example. When he saw me, he cried out. He cried out. See. When, instead of when, no need to write another word. So without when, we have to find out the main verb, saw. The present form of saw is see. And now ing will be added. Seeing me. Notice, my students, this subject and this subject are same person. So he. Seeing me, he cried out. Cried out. That's all. Okay. Now another example. Number 3. Since the water was very hot, I could not drink. Notice, my students, since. Without since, we will write there is was. Amazer was where. If there is amazer was where, we have to write being. Instead of was, we have to write being. Being, very, being. Notice, my students, the water subject, I subject. The two subjects are different, and the two subjects are different, so we will write these two subjects. Being the water will be no change. The water, being the water, very hot. I, instead of since our subjects are different, so we will write two subjects. Those two subjects we will write. I could not drink. Okay, my students, have you understood? I know you have understood. Okay, practice at home more and more. My dear students, that's all from me today. See you in my next class. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Goodbye.